Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to check or identify whether column is empty or null. So we have different methods to check this one. So there can be times when there is null data, the column value is empty. Either it can be null or it can be empty. So there are many methods or functions to identify the null or empty values. So we have these many methods to check empty values in our data frame using PySpark. So in this first method is ISNULL and ISNOT_NULL and ISNULL function, not ISNULL function and length. So we'll see one by one method. So how to identify the nulls or empty values. So first method I'm taking is null. So for this I'm creating one sample data frame. So I have this many columns. So table name I given as students info and I'm inserting this data to this particular table. And if you see table looks like this. And if you see in this few columns have both nulls and empty data. Okay, so now what we'll do is, so we'll try to identify nulls in our column. So what I'm doing here is, so select star from this particular table in where condition. Suppose I want to find how many nulls are there in my remarks column. So in where condition, I given column name and I given syntax is null. So what it does is it will find so how many nulls are there in this particular remarks column. If you see here remarks column, so in this particular column, see we have total here one null, here one null, here one, here one. So total 4 nulls we have. So if you see here, we are getting 4 nulls here. So normally in where condition, so to list down the number of nulls, we had to give like this where condition, column name and is null. So in case if you give where remarks equal to null, so it won't work. So we had to give syntax like this only is null. So because if you give equal to null, so null practically it is not equal. So it won't support equal. So we have to give is null. So next we'll see here what I'm doing. So here I given select star. Okay, so here I given select star. So it give all the tables. So entire table means all the columns it give. So here what I'm trying to do is here I want to show only this particular column, remarks only. So instead of star, I given remarks. So I'm getting it displaying how many nulls in this particular column. So next what I'm doing, so I'm checking for other column. So first we checked in the remarks column. Now we are going to check in contact phone. If you see this particular column, see here we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So out of 15, we have total 9 null values. So if I use this condition, select star from table where contact phone is null. So I want to list down what are the how many nulls in this contact phone column. So since I given star, it will list down all the columns. And if you see here, total 9 nulls are there. So this is about how to use null, is null. So next we'll see how to use is not null. So is not null, it is quite opposite to is null. So here what I'm trying to do is in contact phone, see same syntax I given. So here only difference is instead of is null, I given is not null. So that means is not null means non-null values it will give you. See total we have 9 nulls in this particular column. If you see original data frame, total we have 15 rows and in this total 9 null records are there. So 15 minus 9, so remaining 6 are the non-null values. So that we are getting here. These 6 non-null records. So same thing is explained here. So it is to be noted that empty string value or column with spaces are displayed in the output if it is there, and only nulls is filtered out. So if you check below query, you can understand. So this column has empty and spaces. So that means if you see here from students info where remarks is not null. So that means if you see in our original data frame, I'll take one screenshot. So here what it telling is empty and spaces. So if I see our remarks column, see here we have nulls. So we have total 4 nulls, and at the same time we have blanks also. So empty string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 5 empty strings are there. So on remarks column, I am giving is not null. So that means I want to print non-null values of remarks column. If you observe here, so here we are getting non-nulls. So these values is there and including empty strings also it printing. So this also considering as non-null values. Okay, so that is the difference between is null and is not null. So if you see in another column, contact phone, so we don't have blank empty strings here. So that's why I'm not queried on this contact phone. So next, what we'll see is next function is null. So there is a difference. Is null is space null, and this is null. So what it does is it returns all records with null values and records having empty value or spaces in the specified column. So for this, what I'm doing, I'm creating separate table here. So table employees is null and I'm pausing. So this many records here. And if you see table, so this is our final table. And if you see these many columns we have. And if you see many columns, it has nulls, and a few columns, it has both nulls and empty string. So here what I'm going to try is, so I'm filtering rows where bonus is null. So if you go to this bonus column, suppose if I take a screenshot, if I go to bonus column, so here what it's telling is finds employees with null bonus values. So that means, so here what I'm doing is select star from table where if null bonus comma 0 is equal to 0. See, is null and if null is both are same. So is null supports in SQL, if null supports in MySQL. So since I'm working in Databricks environment, so here it supports if null. So if you see this syntax, what it does is, if null, what it does is, if null, I am applying on bonus column. In bonus column, if any of the record is null, it will replace with 0. And after replacing, it will compare. So if any of the records is 0, then it will filter out. So what it meaning is, if you come to bonus column, see here, so we have nulls, we have this many nulls, and parallelly we have zeros also. See here 0, here 1 0. So two zeros we have, and we have nulls also. So what this syntax is does is, first, if null bonus 0. So that means wherever null is there, it will replace with 0. Okay, so all these nulls, it will replace with 0. Then it will filter with 0. So that means if any of the record is equal to 0 in bonus column, what are the records it is matching with 0, so those records it will filter. Then what records will come? This one will come 1, and this 0 will come null, this one, and this one. So including null. So wherever null is there, it will replace with 0. And since already 0 is there, since it is matching, so these records it will filter out. So if you see here in bonus column, see we are getting both nulls and zeros. Okay, so next, so here this example I given. So whatever I explained now, that example is given here, explanation. So if null bonus 0. So what it does is it checks if the bonus value is null. See here. So suppose first record we have null. So then what it does is, if a bonus is null, it returns 0 instead. So that means it will replace with 0. If a bonus is not null, it returns the actual bonus value. That means if you come to second record, we have value. So that means it will give you same value, default value 5000. It won't replace. Next, what it mean equal to 0? So where it coming equal to 0, that is this one. So if null, so if null, okay. So why we are giving equal to 0? So what it happens is this filter the rows, how it will filter if a bonus was null. So that means if you see here, here null is there. So then what it does is, if null makes it 0, so it will replace with 0. So null is replaced with 0. So after replacing, matches the condition. That means first it will replace with 0. After null become 0, then 0 equal to 0. So that means this condition is matching. So it will pick, it will filter this particular row. If a bonus was already 0, then it is matching the condition. Then it is matching the condition, then it will filter. So that means this one, this 0, this 0. Since already is 0 and it is matching to this condition, it will filter. And any non-zero bonus value, it is excluded. So whatever these non-values, so non-null values, so these are all excluded. So that's how we are getting these nulls and zeros here. So next what I'm doing, so instead of 0, I'm giving empty string. So here I'm applying on remarks column. So if you see here remarks column, see here, so we have text here and some places here empty string is there, null is there, null, empty string, null, empty string, null. So now what it does? So what it does is first in remarks column, first it will check for null value. So wherever null is there, see wherever null is there, first it will replace with empty string. So here I given empty string, it will replace with empty string. So after replacement, what will happen? See if you come to here, so this will exclude. So already data is there. If you come to here, this is empty string. So empty string is equal to this one empty string. So since it is matching, if you see remarks column, see here, first one it is printing empty string. Next, if you come to here null, so null what it does is first it will replace with empty string. So once it replaces with empty string, then it matches to this one. So next it giving null. So that means this one it printing. Next it will come here null. So this null also it replaces with empty string. So since it is matches to empty string, it printing again null. So next already empty string is there. So next two are there. Okay, one is empty string. This also will get replaced. So two, one empty string, one null will come. Next, one empty string is there and one null is there. So next we'll get one empty string and null, and it will go so on. So that's how it will filter by using if null. So same explanation is given here, whatever we discussed. So first it checks the remarks value is null. If remarks value is null, it returns empty value. So if a remarks is not null, it returns the actual remark value. So this condition, what it mean equal, so it is same explanation as above. For 0 we explained, no? So it is same condition. Means same explanation. So it will work in similar way. So next option is not is null. So is null we saw, so not is null is, it is quite opposite to is null. So how it works is, see here. So earlier condition we discussed about this one. So if null remarks empty string is equal to empty string. So here our condition is not if null. So not if null and not is null both are same. So now what will happen? So we are applying on remarks column. So since we given not, so that means it will opposite to previous one. So that means whatever values are there, it will print only those records here. Okay, so that means if a value is there means it is matching to not condition. Okay, so this explanation is same. So only thing is not. So we are getting reverse records. That means non-null values we are getting here. So next function is length. So how to use length? So for length, what I'm doing is select star from table where condition. So I'm applying on remarks column and I'm mentioning length. So length of remarks. So if you see here, it will go to first this one, first record, good attendance. So length of this record is, that means it will calculate the length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 15 something will come. So that means that 15 is equal to 0. So that is false. So it will ignore that. Then this also it will ignore. Second also it will ignore. Next, third one, blank is there. So blank, what it does is, see here, Since this length of string is 0, since it is matches to 0, so it printing here. So wherever blank is there, so it will print. So that means that length is equal to 0. So empty value, or you can say empty string, so those values are is equal to length of. So only those records it will print here. So same thing here. So length of remarks returns the number of characters in the remarks column, excluding trailing spaces. So if it is equal to 0 means we are filtering rows where the remarks column isn't empty. So that is, it has 0 characters. So that means whatever I told you, so wherever empty is there, wherever empty string is there, so only those things it will pick because it has 0 characters. And this will not match null values because length of null returns null and null is equal to 0, that is false. See here we have nulls also here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Some 4 nulls are there. So why it not picking here is this is the one. So length of null, it returns null. And null is equal to 0. So that is false. So that is the reason it excluding nulls here. So next what I'm doing, so I'm applying on remarks column and is equal to 0. So that means, so same thing will come. So I think it is repeated length of remarks. Yeah. So same thing it is repeated. So total we have 5 methods to identify the nulls, or you can say check or identify the nulls, or you can say filter the nulls in our data frame. So that's all about this video. So if you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.